Boom. Okay, so you know me. Let's get straight to it. How to be a famous street dancer? It's pretty easy. Well, I made a system, and I also kind of wrote a book slash guide on how to do it. I don't know if I'm gonna release it, but anyway, number one, learn how to dance and learn the style that you're gonna do and the moves. First, you need to learn the basic fundamentals. If you don't have rhythm, like I didn't have rhythm, you need to learn rhythm, just basic rhythm. One, two, three, four. Learn how to step on beat, things like that. It's gonna take you a while to actually learn the current style, whatever style you want to do. So I advise you get somebody to teach you how to do it. Now you might have to pay them to do it, but it's much faster than learning on your own. It took me several years just to learn one style. Like I said, you can self-teach yourself like I did through YouTube, but I wouldn't advise it. You can also take classes. The main thing is to learn how to do what I call a written freestyle and a freestyle off the top, right? And also learn how to do choreography. You need those three things. If you don't have all of them, you're not a complete dancer. I don't care what you say. If you can't freestyle off the top of your head, you can't take the moves that you've learned, right? Which is like a written, but it's really you have moves saved up and you do them and practice them or perfect them. And you can't do choreography, you're not a real dancer. Or you're just a dancer that knows how to do choreography, or like I said, in the beginning I didn't even have rhythm. I'm a pretty decent dancer. Better than most people. But then again, most people don't give a fuck about dancing, now do they? Straight to the point, like I said. Number two, pick a prime location. Okay, I can only speak for the United States. I don't know how it's done overseas, okay? But in the United States, there are 3 or 4 cities that you need to be near or close to. I was born close to New York City. You need to be close to either New York City, Los Angeles. You can make it work in Chicago, but really Los Angeles or New York City, Miami. Those 4 cities. Outside of that, you're gonna struggle in dance unless you're an educator, unless you're a teacher of dance. You can pretty much work as a teacher of dance anywhere in the United States, but those 4 major cities is your best chances at making it as a street dancer. Number 3, paperwork. Not a lot of dancers talk about this. Documentation. You're gonna need a lot of documentation if you're gonna be a professional street dancer. I'm talking about every battle you attend, right? Because you're gonna have to battle at some point, whether it's be a tournament or 1-on-1, 2v2, 3v3, you name it, free for all. You're gonna have to document the battles, not only the battles, your events, everything you perform at, all your performances, all the events you go to, date, time, location. It needs to be all on paper. From the moment you start, you go here, let's say you live in Kentucky and you go to Canada for a competition. Oh, I was in Toronto, Ontario at such at this time doing this. And you need to have video of it too, or pictures. Number 3, you need what people call headshots, okay? From your torso, right? From your torso to your head. You also need full body shots. I mean, if you can get a picture of you dancing, they don't have to be that professional. You could literally just go outside with your phone. All that needs to be in your portfolio. All the documentation, all the photos. I've already lost track of what I'm talking about. I've already lost track. Also contracts. Record all those too, read them. Let's say you wanted to sign up to like a dancing agency. They're gonna want to see all that. Not only your ability to prove that you can dance and do all these things, but you're gonna have to have some paperwork behind you. The first time I seen paperwork is in dances with Jumi Light when I went to Japan in 2017. That was the first time I seen paperwork. I've never seen a Litefeet contract until I linked up with him. He literally had a Litefeet contract. And he had a website. He's probably one of the most professional dancers. He had a website with all the dates and all the times and all the locations that he performed at, all the commercials he did, all everything. Every time he went on stage, you need to have solid references. It'd be good to put somebody's number on there. I'm not gonna get too much into your business, but number 4, politics. Depends on how you want to go, where you want to go, whether you want to go commercial or stay the street dance route. In general, street dancers don't make that much money unless you're the top of the top. And to be honest, I don't know their pockets. I know they're not walking around with diamonds on their wrists. I know that. So you gotta take that into consideration. The most money that you could make in dancing as somebody that doesn't have a huge name is probably ballet, something like that. Ballet, contemporary, something that's already has a system behind it. Street dances is just a bunch of loosely organized systems. Everything from breaking is probably the most put together street dance out there in terms of systems and sponsors and things like that. Other than that, also popping. Outside of those two, I don't really know where to put the other street dance styles. All I know is those two are the most organized. Now, I'd say it's important for people to like you. It doesn't really matter in a business sense if people like you. Like, it matters who draws the most attention and who's the most entertaining. Those are the only two things that matters in pretty much the entire entertainment industry, whether it be acting, dancing, singing, art. It doesn't matter. In terms of that, you might have to be pretty good at dancing to get that attention, or you have to be pretty good at talking or instructing, which is what I'm doing. If you can't make people be entertained, laugh, hate you, if you can't make the people feel something, then you're not gonna get very far. You're gonna be capped out unless you have that system behind you and you're contracted, you're with an agency. By the way, that's how you get with an agency, is by having that paperwork I talked about, you know, and having those references and all those experience, basically experience. Okay, cool. Let's talk about money. Okay. Not a lot of people talk about this aspect either. Okay, so the money you're gonna get in dance, if it's not with an agency or anything like that, or it's not contracts, it's either gonna be battles, competitions, tournaments, things like that, or it's gonna be shoots, right? Like this particular company wants to pay you to come in and dance for a week or dance for a day or something like that. You'll get paid per day. Usually that's how they do it, per day or per hour. And the pay is up and down. The pay is up and down. They can pay you $100 a day, or or if you're teaching somewhere, they could pay you for the week, say 1,000, 2,000, something like that. Or they could pay you little to nothing. It really depends. I know certain people get paid to judge and things of that nature, or they, you know what I'm saying? It's up and down. You know what I'm saying? It's not stable like a regular job. So you might have to get a job in order to actually pursue dance like you want to. Like, you're gonna have to get like a 9 to 5 and then dance on the side, or part-time and then dance on the side. It is what it is. I didn't make the rules. Hey, it's expensive to live, especially if you don't have a support system behind you, like you're not staying with your parents or anything like that. Understand that street dancing isn't that profitable,